Good day, good day, good day, good day. Welcome to the video. So in this lesson, I'll be attempting to answer some of the questions from this paper. I was requested by someone on the comments that I should try to do other questions as well. So I will just select some questions which I believe maybe they were a challenge to learners. So if you guys have any other question from the same question paper that you might find as a challenge, please notify me on the comment section, then I will assist as much as I can. So without wasting any time, I'm gonna the paper was 3 hours, so but I'll select some few questions from the question paper and see how I can assist or try to make sense of the questions. So the first question, it's about solving for x, which is generally a 2-mark question. So with such type of question, they're not as exhausting, to be honest, because the first thing that you tend to do with the first question, remember, everything is already being equals to 0. Therefore, when you simplify such a question, I'm just going to give you guys an idea so I can go and focus on other questions. So with such a question, the first one, for example, everything is already being equated to 0. So it's 1.1.1. So everything is being equated to 0. So with such a question, you might just have to equate everything to 0. For example, now x will be equals to 0. Or the remaining part is 7 minus x on the bracket also be equals to 0. So this one already is x is equals to 0, which is our solution. Or other solution will be 7 minus x is equals to 0. We can take one other side. For example, we can take the number on the other side. This will be negative x is equals to negative 7. Divide both sides by negative 1 because of the coefficient of negative 1. X will be equals to 7. That will be easy 2 marks, right? So with second question, again, I'm going to just give you guys a hint. We've got A, B, and C. Whenever they say put decimal places, that's quadratic. So first thing in your mind, just put the quadratic formula, which is there in the formula sheet, by the way. Plus 4 minus root b squared minus 4ac over 2a, right? That is there on the formula sheet. So with this type of question, remember, you need to find the values. The value of a is always the first number next to your x squared. So therefore, the value of a in our question here, the value of a is 3. The value of b is negative 2. Value of c is always negative 6. So if they give you tomorrow and it's not arranged in that order, always arrange it in that order, where you're going to have a, b, and c. Then you go to your formula sheet, you put the values of each. For example, the formula is negative. The value of b is negative 2. So we're going to put negative 2 in bracket, plus or minus. Then b is negative 2 squared minus 4 times 3 times value of c, which is negative 6. So I'm going to squeeze it there as negative 6, right? Yeah, that's negative 6. Everything over 2 times 3, right? So when you put this in calculator, it will give you the answers. So just go there and put answer. So remember, it will be negative, then bracket negative 2 plus or minus. So you do the plus first, you get your x value, then you do minus, then you get your x values there. So the calculator will give you the answers as they are. Copy and paste. Remember, you must correct to 2 decimal places there. So I think you guys can go, and if someone is struggling, you can contact me also on the comment, then I will do the calculation, because I want to save as much time. I don't want to make the video too long. So I believe that you guys can put the values as they are, then the calculator will give you guys the 2 x values as requested. And remember, the 2 x values that you get must be 2 decimal places, right? So let's quickly go to number 1.1.3. So here they're giving us 2 brackets, 3 minus x, x plus 7, and then it's less than 0, right? Less than 0 is given, right? So with this type of question, it's about simplifying. So with simplifying, just have to multiply this side with everything that side. For example, this will be 3, we'll multiply x plus 7, and the negative x will also multiply x plus 7. Everything less than 0. So let's just multiply everything inside. 3 times x, that's 3x. 3 times 7, that's 21, minus x squared minus 7x less than 0. Okay, just multiply everything. 3 times x, 3x. 3 times 7, 21. Negative x times x, negative x squared. Negative x times 7, negative 7x, then less than 0. Then from there onwards, group the like terms. This will be negative x squared. And then in the other like term, I've got 3x here, and I've got negative 7x. So 3 minus 7, that's negative 4x. And then the remaining is the number, which is 21, less than 0. So I don't like working with the negative a, for example. So I will divide everything by negative 1, also by negative 1. So this will give me x squared plus 4x minus 21. Remember, inequalities, once you divide by negative 1 or you multiply by negative 1, the sign must change. So this will be greater than 0. Now it becomes greater than instead of less than, right? So now let's find the critical values. So the two numbers that you multiply, that will give us 21. When you add or minus them, will give us 4. It's already 3 and 7 because I know 3 and 7 can give me 4. Also, 3 and 7 can give me 21. That will be my two critical values. So I'm going to do them as my critical values. So remember, the brackets, it will be x plus 7. And the other one will be x minus 3, right? Yeah. So greater than 0. We know when you do solving for x, this will give us negative 7. Okay, this paper here. This will give me negative 7. The other one will give me 3, right? Okay, I'm going to put them this side. Just put them this side there, because they am having a challenge. So it will be negative 7. The other one will be 3. Remember, if you're uncomfortable with factorizing, do the formula. The quadratic formula will give you the answers as they are, which will be your critical values. You need to save as much time as possible. Remember, the video now is like 7 minutes, and you still have a lot of questions, and it's only a 3-hour paper. So you need to save as much time as possible. So remember, now it's greater than. So it's positive. My value of a is positive. Therefore, I'm going to have a smiley parabola. If I'm having a smiley parabola, now, first thing first, the sign has changed. It's greater than now. So I must look for all the values which are above 0 or positive, in other words. So now I know before negative 7, my graph was above 0. So I know when x was less than negative 7, my graph was above 0. Same, after 3 here, my graph is also positive. Therefore, x, when it's greater than 3, when x is also greater than 3, my graph is also positive. So it's 3, guys. Just put it down here so I don't confuse you guys. So when x is greater than 3, my graph is also positive. Those will be my two solutions. X is less than negative 7 or x is greater than 3. So that will be number 1, number 2, and number 3, right? So yeah, without wasting time, because I want to go to those higher order questions as soon as possible. 1 point. So far I've 2 marks, 3 and 3, and that's 8 marks. Okay, so it's you're bound to be off to a good start by now, which is like around with 8 marks, right? So now let's go to 1.4, and I think I'll try 1.1.5 and then do the other 1.3. So with this type of question, they're giving us square root. So, and then, okay, remember, it's going to be exponential loss, because I see the exponents. Whenever you get exponents, the thing will require you to use your knowledge of exponential loss from grade 10 and 11. It will be 6x. So with this type of question, I advise, if they see an equal sign and it's an exponent, you need to have at least same base or at least have same exponent. So whenever you get a question that has got exponent and it's an equal sign, either you have the same base or same exponent. Also, the first law, which state that if you are multiplying the same base, the exponent must be added, will also come in hand. Same as the power rule, where you multiply everything inside by the exponent outside. So without wasting time, let me change this. This is the same thing as having to the power of 1. So the square root must go. So this will be changed to 32 to the power 1 over 3, right? Okay. That will be 32 to the power of 1 over 3, because I need to remove the square root, which will be 32 1 over 3. And then I come this side. I know 8, the same as having 2 to the power of 3, right? Then outside is 3x. Must be careful. Put everything in bracket. This 2 to the power of 3 is for 8. Then the exponent is 3 to the power of x. Then I'm going to have 2 to the power of 6x. So now let's also change. Remember, I'm having 2 this side. So I know I can easily multiply this one outside. So therefore 3 times 3x, that will be 9x. And then This side, I'm having 2 to the power 6x. Remember, I'm having 32 1 over 3, right? So let's continue. 32 1 over 3. Remember now, first law, same base, they're multiplying. We add the exponent. This will be 9x plus 6x, right? This will be 32. This will be 32 to the power 1 over 3. 9x plus 6x, that will be 15x, right? Sharp. Then 32, wait, I'm having 2. Remember, the aim is to equate both sides, right? So I'm having 32. I need to change also the number to 2. Can I change 32 to 2? 32 to 2, yeah. That'll be 2 to the power 5. Is equals to 2 to the power 15x. Thank you. So now I'm having the same base. Therefore, just equate the exponents. So this will be same as 5 is equals to 15x, right? Wait. Here, I made a mistake there. This is only for that. Remember, I still have got 1 over 3 outside. Sure, I nearly made that big error there. So this will be 2. 5 times 1, that will be 5 over 3. 2 to the power 15x. Sure, nearly made a big mistake there. So now, same base, equate the exponent. 5 over 3 is equals to 15x. Divide both sides by 15. X will be, just do it this side. Okay, just do the calculator. It's 5 over 3 divided by 15. That'll be 1 over 9. Yeah, let me save time because I don't want to do it manually. But just in case someone wants to know how you can do it manually, right? It's 5 over 3. In case if your calculator goes offline when you're writing, or 15. This will be the same thing as 5 over 3 divided by 15, right? Then we shift them around. This will be 1 over 15, which will be the same as 5 times 1 is 5. 5 over 45. And then you check how many times does 5 goes to 5? It's 1 times. How many times that 5 goes to 45? It's 9 times. So it's 1 over 9. Which is just a waste of time, by the way, guys. So in exam, just do the calculator once. Give you the answer straight, then you're done. So that will be another 4 marks. Okay, I thought it was going to be less than that, but that's good. The more marks, the merrier for you guys. So far now, the good thing is that you guys will be flowing because that will be 3 marks. Therefore, so far, how many are we having? 5, 8, 12. Okay, that's not bad. 12 out of 150 so far. That's a good start. So let's quickly go to 1.1.5 before I go to other questions. So now I'm just trying to stable here. X. Okay, I'm having a bit of sweating. It's hot, guys. So x minus 4 minus 2 x minus 1 is equals to 0. That is our given problem. So now remember this side, it is those type of questions where you'll need to square both sides, right? Remember the whole thing is square root here. You need to square both sides. So with this type of question, I'm just going to make one side also this side. The 2 will go the other side. If I'm taking 2 the other side, this will make it positive. So it'll be 2 root x minus 1 on the other side, which is fine. Then without wasting time, you square both sides from the square root. Because I need to remove the square root, so that's why I'm squaring this side. And if you square this side, also you must square the other side, right? That's the aim. You square this side, square the other side as well. So once you square both sides, then it becomes even much more easier now. Because now you just look at the given problem. It's x minus 4. So we know when you're dealing with algebra, you can easily expand it. Which becomes x minus 4. X minus 4. This side now, you need to be careful. This exponent affects everything. Remember, the aim is to remove the square root, but the exponent will also affect the number that is outside. In other words, this will be 2 to the power of 2 times this whole square root to the squared. And remember, the square root will remove the square root, which means I'm going to be left with x minus 1 based on the square root, the square, removing the square root now. So now that I've done that, this will be x times x squared minus 4x minus 4x plus 16. 2 squared, that's 14. Bracket, it's x minus 1. Just simplify. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. I'm saying 14. It's 4. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. I don't know why I'm saying 14. Whew. That's why you must be careful in the exam, guys. You must always check whatever you are writing. So now this will be x squared Negative 4 minus 4, that's negative 8x. Plus 16. Plus 16. And then 4, we multiply everything on, which is 4 times x. And then 4 times negative 1, that's negative 4. Now let's group the like terms one side. This will be negative 8x. Then negative 4 will come this side, becomes minus 4. Then this is plus 16. 4, the other side becomes plus 4, is equals to 0. So everything goes the other side, you know? So this will be x squared minus 12x plus 20 is equals to 0. So now let's get our answers. Our two factors here. Two numbers that we can multiply that will give us 20. That will be 2 and 10. And 2 and 10 can give us 12. Yeah, 2 and 10 will give us 12. But again, if you're not comfortable, use the quadratic formula. It will give you the answer straight now. So yeah, 1 bracket x, and then it's 10 and 2, right? They're both, this number is negative, therefore they both will be negative since it's positive here. It's equals to 0. Then therefore x will be equals to 10, or x is equals to 2. But remember, with this type of question, sometimes generally it's not fitting the whole expression. So that's why you need to go and test the answers now. So let's test the answers. Because I know there's a big chance that one of them does not fit. It can be 10 or 2, I'm not sure. So I need to test the answers. So we go back to the original problem that they gave us and test with x being the answer we got now, to see if we'll get the same answer for both sides. This x is 10, so it will be 10 minus 4. Then the minus 2 times 10 minus 1. So this whole thing must be equals to 0. So this will be 10 minus 4, that's just save time. 10 minus 4 will be 6. Minus 2, square root of 10 minus, that will be 9. So square root of 9 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 6, that's 0. So in other words, to save time again, just put the whole thing. It will give you 0 now. So I know that x is equals to 10 is correct because it fits when I test. Because remember, left and right must be both 0 now. So let's do the next one, which is 2. Same thing, 2 minus 4. Where you see x, you're going to put 2 now. Minus 2, square root of 2 minus 1. So again, just put the whole thing in the calculator and see it will give you 0. If it gives you 0, therefore we know that the x is equals to 2. It's part of the answers or solutions. So let's just do it quickly now. 2 minus 2, 2 minus 4, that's negative 2. Square root of 2 minus 1 is 1. So negative 2 minus 2, that's negative 4. This gives me negative 4, which is not 0. So therefore, I go back to my solutions. X can be 2. There'll probably be a mark for that x can be 2. Because there's a big chance most people will just say x is equals to 2. So the two solutions, one solution will be x equals to 10. Because x can be 2. Because it does not give us 0. So, okay. I don't want to make this video so long. So I'm worried about the time. So next one is Simultaneous. Okay, Simultaneous, I'm going to have to skip it. Remember, I'll just guide you guys now with Simultaneous. First thing first, we've got x minus 2y is equals to 1. And then we've got x squared minus xy plus 2y squared is equals to 2. So first thing first, you must make one equation as 1 and 2. So you need to make one of them if subject to the formula. So we know that we can make x subject to the formula there, which means x will be equals to 1. The 2 go the other side, it becomes plus 2y. That's my number 3. Just have to make x the subject to the formula, which means everything will go to the other side, which is be 2y this side. 1 is already there, plus 2y. That becomes number 3. So now the second step you can do is you sub number 3 in the other equation, which is number 2. So you sub number 3 in number 2. So whenever you see x, you're going to put that whole number 3 now. For example, I've got an x there. I'm going to put 1 plus 2y. Then you square it minus. I see an x again. I'm going to put 1 plus 2y. And then times y, which is outside now. And then plus 2y squared. Everything is equals to 2. Then you just have to go and simplify and expand. Then you get your x and your y values now. That will give you your lovely 6 marks. And again, if you're having an issue with that type of question, I will advise that you comment on the comment section. Then I will see if I can do it for you guys, if it's giving you guys a problem. So that will be the Simultaneous. So I want to quickly go to the next one, which is number 1.3. It's mostly those type of questions which I still believe they're there just to maybe make you guys think, or to try by all means to avoid having someone getting 100% on the paper. So you look at this question, it's a long paragraph, number 1. So I'll try to break it down as possible. Maybe that will help as we go through it. It's 1.3. How many marks? Oh, it's 6 marks. Okay, the whole 5 marks looks scary. So they're saying it will cost 3,500 to hire a taxi for X number of friends to go on a trip. 4 friends do not have money. Okay. The remaining friends agree to pay extra 43 rand 75 cents each to cover the cost of the taxi. Calculate X, the number of friends who want to go to the trip. Okay. And then calculate the total number that each friend pays for the trip in order to cover the cost. Okay. I mean, first thing first, a lot of things need to be done here. So let's just break it down step by step. Like, what can we pick up from the whole equation? So I see what I can pick up from the whole equation. And then once I can pick up something, then I will just go through it step by step. So first thing first, they're telling me about X person who wants to go to trip. That X, yeah, they want the X actually. There are people who want to hire a taxi, which is the number of friends, and there's an amount which is 3,500. So with such thing, let's just make X be our trip, right? Like our overall trip. Let's just make it X for the sake of this interesting part. So if X is the trip, remember, they're saying that 4 friends do not have money. So just X is the trip. So we've got minus 4 people who can't go to the trip. Okay. X is the trip. Minus 4 can't. So if the trip was sort of like 10, therefore it will be 10 minus 4. 6 will be the answer. So since I'm using X, I'm just going to put X as the variable as they told us to use X. Therefore, this will be X minus 4 as representing our X variable or our trip. That will be the first part. So second part now, again, let's just continue. Remember, that's for the trip. And then for the X number of people who want to go to the trip, that will be X. Then they're saying the remaining friends agree to pay extra. Okay, I'm going to use a different letter now because I can't use X twice. So I'm going to use the other one as Y. So let's have Y as this one to Y as this one to. So let's have Y as the people who have agreed to pay. So let's just have Y, people who have agreed to pay for the remaining balance. That will be our Y. So therefore, let's just make Y people who have agreed to pay, right? So the people who agreed to pay are 43 rand 75 cents. Okay, that will be the amount. So therefore, since they're paying, remember that one we're minusing because they're not going or they're not agreeing to pay. So now I'm gonna add since they are willing to pay 43.75. Okay, so now I've covered the trip and the people who want to go. Let's also cover the cost. Remember, there'll be a cost of the overall trip. Let's also cover the cost. I'm already having X. I'm trying to avoid having 2 variables at the same time. Which variable can I use? Okay, I already have X as my trip. Let's have Y. Let's use Y. Use Y as the cost of the trip. Of the trip. Okay. So I'm trying to avoid having X squared. Because even having X squared will be a problem. Yeah, this question was really cooked up, guys. I'm going to break it down and see how much it will take me or how far it will take me. Just see what we can do with it. Okay. So if that is the total cost of the trip, remember the cost of the trip is 3,500. So therefore, Y, we're using Y as our variable. So remember, X is the trip. So we know that will be the ratio. So Y will be equals to the money, which is 3,500, over the trip, which is X. That will be the ratio that we're going to get based on the trip. 3,000 is the money, X is the trip. That's why I'm avoiding using 2X. At least it works if I use another letter, which is Y. That will be our overall expression of the trip. But, okay. They want to calculate X. So if I want me to find X, what can I do? Just leave this one as my other equation. Just make it equation number 1. But wait, I can simplify this. Let's just simplify this and do cross multiplication. because this one I have one let. So x will multiply y. This will be that. So xy will be equals to 3,500. Okay. I'll just leave it like that in case if I have to use x and y again. But wait. Already remember, we know with x, it's x minus 4. With y, we know it's y plus 43.7. That would be for that one. But at the same time, I'm like, how does that make a difference? So remember, x minus 4 are those ones who are not going to the trip. Okay, so we have those people who are not going to the trip. And then the other ones are that one. Okay, just put them as they are. For x, we know it's x minus 4. So whenever I see x, I'm going to put x minus 4, right? When I see y, I'm going to put y plus 43.75 based on my expression that I got before. And then here, that will be xy here. So this whole thing will be equals to 3,500. So just make this number 2 now. So I'm putting whatever I found at the beginning on my number 2. Just to simplify and see how far I'll get with it. Because I want to do as much as I can algebraically. Because this question is just, it is testing the brain. So I'll be lying if I say it was straightforward. So now let's just see what I can do. Let's just expand. X times y, that will be xy, which we already have before. That works. X times 43, that will be plus 43.75 x. Negative 4 times that will be negative 4y. Then negative 4 times 43.75. How much is that giving us? Negative 4. Just calculate. Negative 4 times 43.75. Oh, that's a number. I didn't expect that. So it's going to give us around negative 175. So the whole thing will equate to 3,500. Okay. Now I have something to work with. Phew. I can do something algebraically now. Wait, I'm having xy again. Oh no. Oh, just glad I'm not in the exam room. Because I'm having xy again. How do I simplify this now? Wait, okay. Wait. Number 2, xy is that. Let me just put xy as that. 3,500. At least now I've got numbers. This will make my life a bit easier. I hope this will work, guys. Like, I really hope this will work at some point. Because it will be too much now if I don't let this work. Okay, it's plus 43.75 x minus I'm having another y again. I can't have x and y again at the same time. How do I remove that y now? I can't have x and y at the same time. How do I remove what y? I use number 2 for xy. Number 1. Oh, wait. Number 1, y is, before I simplify to number 2, y was that. You just go back. You will see why I'm going to put it back as it was. That will save me time because I'm trying to avoid having 2 letters at the same time. This will be 3,500 over x. Then minus 175 is equals to 3,500. Yeah, hope that will make sense. Yeah, it's going to be too much squeezed in one point. So now let's just simplify this. Now I think we can do something here. This we can easily multiply same time over and over again. And then I've got this one already. So we know mathematically we can look for the same letters or same numbers, for example. So already I know that I've got 43.75 as my x. So something needs to happen. You can easily multiply to remove the denominator. You can multiply everything by x. Same, you can multiply everything by x. I've got these 2 numbers, 3,500 and this one. They're the same number. Whatever I do, if I multiply both of them by x, they'll still be the same number. And remember, the other one comes this side. So I'll just save myself time. 3,500 can minus the other 3,500 on the right side, which will give us 0. So now I'll be left with only 43.75x minus 3,500 as my numerator over x minus 175. Yeah, this will be 0. So I'm only going to focus on this remaining part. This part, because the other one will give me, remember, it's equals to 0. So this one will give me 0. So this will be 43.75x. And then x, just save time in it. X will multiply everything. So if x multiplies everything, x times this will also give me 43.75 x squared, because I'm multiplying everything by x, right? Then x will go this side since I'm multiplying it already. So therefore, this will then leave me with only two numbers now. So I'm going to have 4 times 3,500. 4 times 3,400. Oh, that will give me a huge number. Who has a huge number? Minus 14,000. I didn't expect a huge number. So it's 4 times 3,500 because the x will be gone. Because I want to multiply everything by x. Just show it to you guys here. So I'm multiplying everything by x. Remember, that is true of the x as the denominator. It's also this one by x. 0 by x. So here, x times that will give me that. Ne? Then x times x here, the two x will cancel each other. So I'm only left with the number, which is the two numbers. 4 times that is giving me that one. So now the remaining part will be that times x, which will be minus 175x. Everything is equals to 0. Now I am somewhere in life. But remember, tend to always arrange them as A, B, and C. Now. I just love it that way, guys. I know it's dramatic, but it's always safer that way. Minus 14,000. So now I've got a quadratic equation. So you can do the formula once, guys. So you can put this whole thing as a formula. That will give you the two solutions. Remember, oh, it's x squared here. X squared. Or you can divide everything by that to give it as a number. Yeah, just divide everything by that. So let's divide this by that. That will give us x squared. 175 divided by 43,75. Okay, it's giving us a number. I didn't expect that one. Minus 4x. That will be close to 4x. And then minus 1400 divided by 43,75. So around 320. Oh, okay. So again, our device, just use the formula from here. That will save you a lot of time because this thing has already damaged our brain. So that will give us that. I'm getting two numbers. Again, let's just do the formula. I'm not going to damage my brain to try to find the factors. I'm going to use the formula. So I'm going to go to my division, negative, inside the bracket, -4 plus square root of -4 squared minus 4 times 1 times -320 over 2 times 1. Okay, it's giving me x is equals to 20. X is equals to 20, or let's do the other one. Just change the plus to minus. Minus, x is equals to 15. So I'm getting those two numbers. Yeah, they make sense. 20 and 15, they can give us 4. 20 times 15, that'll give us 320. That'll be too much. So now I'm getting two answers. I hate getting two answers. Every time when I get two answers, I tend to want to prove them. Because two answers are always a problem. Remember the one that did, I think it was the one that we did 1.1.5, where we got two solutions and we had to go and change them, whatever. Okay, let's just see if we can prove these two now. Just want to find where one, I'm going to have x and y as my variables, right? So remember, y must be the same as x. Let's just have this side. This will work. Yeah, this will work. So let's have y as 20. I'm going to prove it here now. Let's have y as 20. And then everything is equals to 3,500 divided by x as 15. Wait, can't have the two at the same time. That won't work. Can't use the two at the same time. You need to at least use where the left and the right will be equal. Try to find one where the right and the left can be equal. That will allow us to work very well. Let's just use this one. Which one can? So no one can be. Which can I prove this? Okay, guys, to save time, I'll just leave the two of them. Because I'm trying to find one where I am going to actually... Wait. Let's prove it here. It's giving us the solutions. I want to prove it where I'm going to have x and left and the right to be possible. Let's prove it here. Yeah. Let's put wherever you see x, let's put 20. Okay, that'll be 20 squared. 20 squared minus 320. That one. Yeah, it's equals to 0. Yeah, it's equals to 0. Yeah. So let's test 15 as well. Yeah, let's test 15. So just have that as 16. That's giving us 16. And then 15. So I'm trying to prove the two answers now. So now it's gonna be remember here, I just want to confirm something since I'm having 15. Wait, I'm having 15 yet, 16. I just trusted them now because I realized that the answer I said before was 15, and I don't know why, because it's saying 16. I wrote 15 for, I don't know, for whatever reason I wrote 15 and it's 16. That's why it's giving us a problem when I'm proving them. So the other one, it was not 15, it was 16. That's why it's been an issue to prove them, because the other one I was saying it was 15 and now it's actually 16. And the calculator is saying 16 and I wrote 15. This is very stressful. Because 16, let's just prove them again. As 20 and 16. Okay, 20 is fine. Okay. Then let's have it 16. That's why it was giving us a problem with 15. I don't even know why I wrote 15 instead of 16. Sorry, guys. Sorry. 16. Okay, no, it can't be 16 because it's not matching. So the answer will only be 15. Whew. Finally. I hope I'm correct, guys. If I'm not, I'm sorry. I just tried to break down what I can. If I'm lost, I'm lost. Phew. That was hectic. Let's finish up the second one. They want the total amount. I hope that the x will be correct, because I'm going to go to one x value. I hope that will be correct. They want the amount that each must pay for the trip. Okay, remember? Now it's going to become much easier. Remember the cost was 3,500. So let's divide that by want to go to trip, that each trip must pay in order to cover the cost. Okay, the number of friends who want to go to the trip, we found as 29. Then 16 can be correct. So let's divide that by 20. Yeah, let's divide that by 20. That should be the answer. Yeah, because that the 20 that are going to the trip. I see the English not making sure for me, but I can divide that by that. That should be that. Yeah, let's see if I'm doing the other way around. That would be I plus it's 1 mark. So I hope it's So that would be the people who are going, because 16 is not part of. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. So that would be question number 1.3.1. You guys, this last question 1.3. The other questions were fine. So this last 6 marks, I think at most the first 22 marks were comfortable or giveaways. This last remaining 6 marks, phew, they just wanted to damage you guys' brains. I don't know why. I feel like whoever gave that question, that was mean. That was like literally being mean to students. That question was like, you need to take some time. Imagine the exam room, I'm sitting there. I need to basically have a fresher brain, because that took a lot of energy to think. And I hope I'm correct. If I'm not, I apologize, guys. So let's go to question number 2 quickly. So 2.1.1. Okay, the answer is mostly those type of questions which are straightforward, guys. So we've got a sequence which is arithmetic, 21 and then 28. That is our given arithmetic sequence, right? And then it's giving a last term which is 336. So first thing with arithmetic sequence is the general formula. Tn is a plus n minus 1d, right? And then what do we know about a? A there it's clearly 14. Remember, d will be t2 minus t1. t2 minus t1. So d will be 21 minus 14. That is 7. Or d7, right? So we just put everything. Tn will be the last number, which is 3. It's 336. Yeah, 336. That's our last number. That will be 336. That's our last number. Is equals to, what is the value of a? 14 plus n, because I want us to find the number of times here, the n. So I want the n here. There will be n minus 1, 7. So just simplify everything. 7 times n, that will be 7n minus 7 plus 14 is equals to 336, right? Okay. So now, like terms, 7n, that will be 7n, negative 7 plus 7, that will be plus 7 is equals to 336. The 7n will be equals to 336 minus 7. Yeah, negative 7 plus that will be 7 minus 7. Okay, therefore 7n will be equals to 336 minus 7, that will be 329, right? Then divide by n should be 47. 329 divided by 7, that will be 47. Yo, I'm still good with counting. So that will be that. That will be our lovely n. How many marks is that one? That is 3 marks. Okay, that was just given to boost our confidence. I feel like that question was just there to boost the confidence after the previous one. Because the previous one really required a lot of energy. So I feel like they threw this one for us to boost a bit of our confidence, which is a blessing, by the way. Yo. So 2.1.2, calculate the sum of all terms in the sequence So we've got the last term. So normally if you've got the last term, to find the sum, I normally prefer this formula. Or you can do the one of just the easier one since I've got the last term. Or you can use the one on the formula sheet of n over 2 plus a plus n minus 1d. But since I've got the last term, I feel like it's easy to use this one because we know the number of terms in the sequence, that's 47. A is our first term, that's 14. 47 over 2 here, plus, what is the last term is 3, 36, right? Okay. And then when you put everything together, okay, should be around, if I'm not mistaken, 8225. These ones are not hectic questions. 2.1.3. We've got a new sequence, 21, 35, 49. Yeah, okay. So far, let's find the D. D will be 35 minus 21, that is 14. So our D is 14 for this one, because they want us to find the sum of the two consecutive terms. So D will be 14. That's the first thing that you must always target. If D is 14, then you're safe. So they're saying the sum of this sequence is 308. Okay, Sn is 308. So normally take out whatever they give you. Normally I take out whatever they give. So sum is 308, which is that. Okay, so now we check. I don't have the last term here, so I can't use the formula for last term. So I need to go and use the other one. N over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d, no? Because I can't have the last term, so I'm going to use this one. Then I check, how many numbers are we having on the sequence? Okay, I don't know what the number of the sequence are, but they won't give it the sum, which is 308. They want the 2 times, oh, they want 2 times, so already they focused on 2 times, so n is equal to 2, because they want only 2 times. So those 2 times are giving us that sum. Okay, so they only want the 2 times. Oh, the English is a bit challenging here. So they just want the 2 times, so n will be equal to 2. So they just put everything in the formula. Remember the sum is, what's the sum again? 308. 308 is equals to 2, which is our n over 2. And then remember they want the first 2 times, no? They want the 2 times. Therefore, we don't know what a and b, what a and the second term is. So therefore, we'll just leave it as 2a because we don't know what a is. And then this is 2 minus 1. D we know, it's 14. Okay, so let's simplify this. So when you simplify this, I'm just gonna go there. This will be 1. Then 14 times 2, that will be 28. Okay, so this will be 308. So this will be 2a this side. 14 times 2, that will be 28. And then just save myself. Why am I doing this to myself? This will be 2a. 14 times that will be 14. I don't know why I'm doing that to myself. I'm taking too long routes. Because it's going to be 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 times 14, that will be 14, right? So it will be plus 14 here. Then 14 the other side. So 308 minus 14 is equals to 2a, right? This looks so easy. And I hope I'm correct. So this will be 294 is equals to 2a, né? Equals to 2a. Okay, then let's divide both sides. 294 divided by 2. Okay, that'll be 147. So a is 147. That sounded so easy. How many marks was this thing again? 4 marks. That looks so easy to find a there. Okay, but they want the 2 times. So a is 147. That's my first term. They want the second term. So remember, the difference is 14. Oh, okay. If you want to go forward and the difference is 14, just have to add the 2. So it'll be 147 plus 14, which will be 161. So the second term must be 161. So my sequence will be 147, 161. Because the difference is 14 between the 2 terms. So the difference is 14. So same thing again. If you want to find the third term here, would have been that plus that. That would have been 175. 175. Okay. And then continue and continue. That would be 189. Because the difference is 14, guys. So that was that. The 2 terms will be 147 and 161. That's for 4 marks. Sure, that sounds so easy. That sounds too good to be true. Yeah, for 4 marks, I'm getting that easier question. So question number 2, I feel like it was much better. And then for 2.3, yeah, guys, 2.3, I covered 2.3 in the video, ne? So I've already covered it in the video. So I'll advise you go to the playlist because 2.2 was covered in the previous video. So go to the playlist and then you will find the solution. I want to save time and do question number 3. So if you go to the video, go to the playlist of math trial exam or prelim, you'll find the solution for 2.2. So 2.3, also we don't have 2.3. So this question number 2 was 13 marks. So already probably can get 22, 24 from the first one, and 13. That's roughly 35 already, which is a good start, by the way. So now number 3, sum of infinity. Now we're going to geometric sequence. So the sum of infinity is 6. So sum of infinity is 6. And the sum of the squared terms of the series, there's a squared terms of the series now. So they're doing two different situations. We've got the sum of infinity, which is the normal root. Then we've got the sum of squared. So I'm just going to call it s squared. Also it's 6. So we've got two different, so let me put them aside. So we've got two different situations. We've got the sum of infinity, which they're telling us that is 6. And then also there's a square, sum of the squared ones, which they are also saying the same thing, that it's 6. So here the first thing that we can see is that we're getting two different solutions, which are all giving us the same or similar answers now. So such a thing is it's a hint that at some point you have to use simultaneous, because we're given two different statements. So whenever they give you two different statements, guys, it's always advisable that you do simultaneous now. So write down the second term of the series of the squared terms. Okay, we're focusing on the squared terms in terms of A and R. So only the squared terms, guys. So they just want us to focus on the squared terms. So if we're on the squared terms, therefore T1 of the squared terms, remember it will just be A squared. Yeah, because A is the first term, so it'll just be A squared. Ne? That'll be the first sequence. So the one the second term. So therefore we know T2 will be, we know it's AR, ne? But then it's squared. So that'll be AR squared. So remember the first term is A on a normal sequence, but it's squared. So therefore it will be A squared. The normal sequence will be AR. But then because they want us to square, we just squared. That's how a normal geometric sequence looks like. It will be AR squared, AR3, because it's AR n minus 1. Ne? That's why it's AR, because it will be AR2 minus 1, which will be 8R to the power of 1. So the first one will be A squared and then AR squared, because the question wants us to focus on the squared terms. If they were looking for the normal ones, it would have been A, second one would have been AR, but because they want the squared ones, that's why I'm just putting them as squared, just to answer the question. So it's AR, but it's going to be squared based on how they want us to solve. So remember, guys, we've got two statements, the normal one and the sum of infinity for the squared one. So they want us to find the value of A and R. So I know automatically I'm going to have to use simultaneous now. So with this type of question, the advice that we can do here is just to do the normal one first. The normal one we know, sum of infinity, the formula for sum of infinity, which is there in the formula sheet, it's A 1 minus R. Ne? But we know the sum of infinity, it's 6. A over 1 minus R. That will be our first equation. But wait, I think since we want A and R, just make it A subject to the formula. Ne? So if I make A subject to the formula, I can just easily cross multiply. A will multiply this side and the side. Therefore, A will be equals to 6. Set the bracket 1 minus R. Ne? Because I just want to make it A subject to the formula. It's easy to put A in something. This will be my first equation of the normal sum of infinity, not the squared one. Ne? So let's go to the squared one. Squared one, remember, everything is being squared. So if everything is being squared, you will expect to have something like this. Ne? The formula, again, it will be A over 1 minus R, but it's being squared. So it will be everything that will be squared. So you will expect this side to have a squared. So it will be something like this. A will be squared now. So it will be A squared over 1 minus R squared. So now put everything in squared now. So this whole thing will be equals to 6 as they gave us before. So the whole thing will be equals to 6 now. So now that's when you check this whole thing now. If the whole thing is being equals to 6, but remember 6 also must be squared. So it will be 36. Yeah. Because 6 squared will be 36 now. So again, let's make A subject. This will be A squared is equals to 36. Set the bracket 1 minus r squared. This will be my number 2 of the squared equation. Okay, this one looks easy to break so far, based on what I've done so far. So now, remember, we've got two a's there that we need to look at. We've got the normal a the other side, and also the other a this other side. So just need to look at these two of them together now and see, okay, the other one we're having a squared one, which is 36 minus that. So now, okay, the sum of a and r, right? Okay, the values of a and r. So now I just want to look at this and see, okay, the other one is being squared in that manner, and the other one is not being squared in that manner. Okay, this is not bad. So I'm just going to equate the two equations. So I'm going to equate the two equations and see how far we're going to get. But remember, I've got 1 minus r as my ratio. So meaning both sides must be the same ratio. Okay, it's fine. Just equate the two and see how far we'll get. Let's equate the second one, which will be 36. 1 minus r squared is equals to, the other side will be 6. So I think it's safer to use the same ratio, because there was 1 minus r. So I'm just going to use 1 minus r squared as my same ratio both sides. At least that would be like terms, because if I don't use the same ratio, that will give me a problem, because I'm trying to figure out if I don't use the same ratio. That will be a challenge, like a huge challenge, because now it means I will need to plan how I'm going to get them to, because r must be the same ratio. And if I'm finding a and r of the squared one, so it's always, so it's better to use the same ratio. So I'm going to use the same ratio since I want to solve a and r, and I will see if this will work. So when I use the same a and r, instead of using 1 minus r, I'll just use it as a squared one, which is 1 minus r or 1 minus r squared already. So then just to our algebra now, because I can simplify this now. This would be 36 times 1, that will be 36. That will be negative 36 r squared. Okay, that one is giveaway, it's not a problem. And then now we just need to continue and see how much we're gonna get. And then this side, this will be 6. And then this side, how much are we getting? I'm gonna have negative 6r squared. Okay. And then that should be that one. So far, no issues that I'm picking up. We're not getting any issues here. But wait, what am I doing? Here I'm doing something offish. Remember, I'm doing something offish. Remember, I need to be careful here, because I'm using the other one as squared, and I can't just have it squared. Why did I say it's squared? Because the other one should be a normal r, but it must square it. Okay, the other one is already squared, it's fine. So let's have this one is squared, because I want to have both as my r squared. That's my mistake. I just made them squared, but I didn't show them how I squared it. So do you have an r squared? I'm going to have to square the other outside first. This will allow me to at least simplify. When I've got the other one squared, it will allow me to simplify. So now this will allow me to also have this 36. This will be 2, 1 minus r, 1 minus r. Okay, now we are there. 6, 1 minus r squared. Sure, this type of questions that really need to pay attention, guys. This will be 36. 1 times 1, that will be 1. And then 1 times that will be 1 minus r. And then 1 minus r squared. Okay. Minus r will be minus 2r. Because it will be a negative 2r, and then a plus r squared. And then 6, 1 minus r squared. Okay, we're getting there now. This will be 36, just save myself time. This will be 36 minus 22r plus 36r squared is equals to 6 minus 6r squared. Okay, so now with this, this will just simplify with like terms. I've got 36r and other one is 6r that side. So if I put them together, that will be 42r squared. Let me see, 4r squared, 42r squared as a like term now. And then I'm going to have minus 22r this side. And then I'm going to have 36 minus 6. That will give us a lovely 30. So just group the like terms together, guys, because I want to save time. Because we're going to 1 hour, which I was avoiding. So therefore now, remember, do the formula once, guys. Do the formula once. The formula should give us an answer straight now. Just do the formula to find the value of r. Just want to use the formula to find the value of r now. So it's the formula to find the value of r. Okay. Positive 1. R is having 5 over 12. Or I'm going to get 2 R. Again, I'm going to get 2 values. I hate getting 2 values. Minus 1. Okay. The one is 1. Okay. R is 1. Sure. Sounds weird having R is 1. Why am I having R is 1? Sure. Okay. That's fine. So I'm having those 2 R values now. Sharp. So now let's, that's the value of A. R. Need to find the value of A. So to find the value of A, just go to one of the equations. I already have got the other one there. So just have it this one, which is number 1, 6. 1, so I'm going to do for both. 1 minus, I can't do for both. One of them must be right. One of them must not be right. Just look at the question. Sum of infinite. If 1 is minus, but wait. If 1 is, because sum of infinity, guys, it's going to be A over 1 minus R. If 1 is 1, therefore it will be A over 0, which is undefined. You can't have such in maths. So therefore R can be 1, because you can't have a 0 SN2. So R can be 1. That saves me a lot of time. So R will only be 5 over 12. Because R can be 1. That will give us an infinite. So meaning you can't find anything with that. So I'll just do that. 6 outside. 1 minus 5 over 12. Okay. A is equals to 12. A is equals to 12 over 7. Whew. That's nice. How many marks? 6 marks. If that's legit, it should be legit. So that will be A. So let's just prove it. A is 12 over 7. Then the R is 7 over that. So let's find the sum of infinity of that. 12 over 7 divided by 1 minus, what is our R again? 5 over 12. And then, okay, 6. Sharp. 6 marks. 6 marks. 6 marks. 12 over 7. 6 should be 6, guys. I guess I assumed to be 6. 12 over 7, 1 minus 5 over 2. Okay, perfect. So we are sorted now. In exam room, you'll be happy. At least that 3 marks, I know deep down that I would have gotten something from it. So I need to have space for the next one. I need to find a paper so I can at least do the next one. Just find the paper and do the next one. Okay, I need to have this one close by because I need the values of A and R. So I'm going to keep you close by to have the values of A and R. So now let's find T6 of the squared. No, T6 of the squared one. So the next one has to find T6 of the squared one. Do I have a blank paper? One has to find T6 of the blank one. 266 of the squared ones. So we already know T6 on a normal one, it will be AR n minus 1, right? This will be AR 6 minus 1. So this will be AR 6 minus 1 is 5. So it will be AR 5. That will be the expression AR 5 of the normal geometric one, but they're squaring it. So this will be AR 5 square. They get squaring everything for whatever reason. Remember, the squared will affect everything inside me. This becomes A squared. 5 times 2, that will be 10. So this will be R A10. So our T6 of the squared one will be A squared R10. Whew, that's hectic. So yes, okay, we've got the values now. A is 12 over 7 squared. What is R? R, what is R again? 5 over 12. 5 over 12 to the power of 10. Okay, 12 over 7 squared times 5 over 12 to the power of 10. It's giving us a decimal. Sure. Didn't expect a decimal. It's 0.10. Because I want to be dramatic. It's 10%. Yeah. That's just unnecessary drama. That was the value of T for the squared ones. How many marks were you? 2 marks. Sure. I was thinking with marks. Because most you wouldn't even have pretty tight to find the square division. Okay, 3.2. There are 15 liters of water in a container. I hate paragraphs, guys. In a container, water evaporates from this container at the rate of 1% per hour. Okay, that's a hint. Under certain weather conditions, how much water will be left in a container after 8 hours if left under this weather condition? I hate long paragraphs. So what is happening? 1 hour, we've got 1%. Okay. We've got 50 liters. So we've got 50 liters as the first number. So therefore, our first number will be 50 liters. 50 liters. Okay. That will be our so it's 1% per hour. So talking about percentage. So what is that's 3.2? So talking about percentage. So 50% same as 0.5, right? 50% is same as 0.5. So every 1 hour we're losing 1% of that. So therefore, after 1 hour, after one hour, we're going to have this situation now. After 1 hour, we're going to have 1% of 50. That will be the first one, which we know 1% of 50 will be 0, what's 1% of 50 again? Just be safe, guys. 1% of 50. Right? 1% of 50 is 0.5. I didn't think about that way. 1.5% is 0.5. Wow. Okay. 1% of 50 is 0.5. Yeah, it is 0.5 because 10% will be 5. Yeah, 10% will be 5, so it's 0.5. Okay. I don't know why I'm doubting the calculator. After 2 hours, again, we'll continue 1% now of we've got 0.5 here. We had 50 before. So 50 minus 0.5, so it will be 50 minus 0.5 here, which will leave us as 49.5. So this will be 1% of 49.5 to find the next rate. So that will be 0.495 because that one is 50. Yeah, so 0.95. Just confirm, guys. 1%, 1 over 100 times 49.5. Yeah, 0.495. After 3 hours, this is getting more and more exhausting. So it will be again 50, 49, what minus that, which will give us 1.55. 49.005. And 1% of that will give us what? 1% of that will give us 0.49005. That's exhausting. So what are they looking for again? How much water will be left in the container after 8 hours? Okay, it's 8. N will be our A. That will be A. N is our 8 based on that. So N will be our A. And then T1 is 0.5. And then just have to get the R. 0.495 divided by 0.5. 0.99. So R will be 0.99, guys. So I'm just doing T1, which is 0.5. This is T2. So remember to get R, T2 over T1. That will give us 0.99. So the aim is to find the sum. My R is close to 1. So remember, whenever you have you always need to have an R which is less than 1 to use the other formula. Because I'm having a bigger R, I'll use the second sum formula, which is Rn minus 1. But mostly we tend to use the other one of 1 minus Rn over 1 minus R if your R is small. But then so R is look big, close to 1. Let's use this one. Just put all the values down. A is 0.5. R is 0.99. R is 0.99. Why am I writing terrible here? 0.99. The power of 8 minus 1 over 0.99 minus 1. Okay. Will this give us a negative number though? Okay, something is off here. It's a big number. Okay, normal number will give me 3.86. That should be 3.86. That's the whatever sum I'm getting. So that will be the amount of water that will be used. This is 3.86. But remember, we had 50 at the beginning. So it will be 50 minus that, which is 3.86. So that should be our answer. 50 minus 3.86. 50 minus 3.86, that will be our answer, guys. That's what, 3 marks? Yeah, that will be 3 marks. That's our answer. So, question number 4, I did question number 4 now. Again, if you go to the video, we did question number 4 on the video of the previous question. And then, okay, next time I'm going to do question number 4.2, same as for 5. We also have got 6, just simultaneous, and then 7, derivatives. 8, still in derivatives. 9, application of calculus. And then question number 10, what did I give them? Probability. What? Contingency table. And the codes. And the counting principle. Out of 150. This should be fun. So I'm going to continue in the next video from 4.2 because I don't want to make this too long. So this was 28 marks, which I think we can get most of that. Same as number 2, that 13 marks. It was a giveaway according to me. Same as number 3. I feel like number 3 was not hectic. Apart from 3.2, which I'm still doubting my answer. But the other ones here, they look decent. Same as 4, look decent. So I think most of the questions were doable in this paper. So 4.1 is there on the video. If you go to the playlist, you'll find 4.1. Same as 2.2, also there on the playlist. Then I'll continue with 4.2 and 5, which are functions. And generally, I love functions because I feel like they're the easier part of the paper. Same as financial maths and calculus. That's when you must be looking to get a lot of marks from. And then we'll finish with probability, which should be easy as well. Maybe the codes, but yeah, should be easy. We'll see when you get there on the next video. So thank you very much, guys. And I apologize for making this video as long as I did. I was hoping that it will be short. But remember, the good thing is that I've done probably 40% of the paper. And I still have got at least 2 hours in the exam room. So at least that is very important. Time is very important. So yeah, I'll do the other questions on the next video to prevent this one being long. Thank you, guys. And don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, hit the like button and wait for more videos. Thank you very much.